In this section, we're going to discuss how to install Apache on Windows. We're going to go over the installation and configuration, how to administer Apache on Windows, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to install and configure Apache Server on the Windows platform. Installation on the Windows platform is much like other Windows applications, so if you're comfortable installing other applications, you should do well installing Apache Server on Windows. Apache Server will install on a Windows 9X or NT class machine. Please note that an NT class machine is Windows NT, Windows 2000, XP, or 2003. So you'll notice that the most recent versions of Windows are NT class platforms, and they are recommended for installation of Apache Server. Okay, so to get started, the first thing you're going to want to do is to download the installation files from apache.org. That's going to be your go-to spot to get the installation files every time. You're going to want to select the source or executable installer, depending on how you want to install the program. And you need to note here that either or both 1.3 or 2.x, meaning whatever the most current version is, can be installed on the same machine, but not more than one instance of 2.x can be installed unless compiled from source. So if you're using the executable installer, you need to stick with one instance of 2. Some information you're going to need to know to install this properly. You're going to need to know your DNS domain or your domain name, meaning, for example, myexample.org would be a domain name, and your server's fully qualified domain name, the FQDN. So if my domain is mydomain.org, my server, for example, could be server.mydomain.org. That's a fully qualified domain name. The administrator's email address, and this is going to by default be put into error messages in Apache, so you need to have a valid email address so that if you've got errors, somebody can get in touch with you to let you know. The next thing you need to know is which users, all or the current user, are going to be able to run Apache Server. Now what this means is that if you just choose to install it with the current user, every time you want to start the Apache Server, you're going to have to log in the user and start the service. We recommend that you do this as an all user, which means it's going to run as a Windows service. It's going to be running all the time when the computer is up and running, unless you stop it, of course. You're going to choose the installation type, meaning typical or custom. Just like any other Windows program that gives you this option, your typical is going to be your standard installation. Custom is going to allow you to customize the path that you want to install it to, the options, packages that are optional. Finally, your installation path, and Apache does already have a default installation path, but you can change this if you perhaps already have a instance of a web server on your machine and you want to make sure that you are testing out Apache, for example, before you try it.